Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. The Kremlin has said that Russia is still trying to de-escalate tensions around Iran and that it had long ago offered its services to process or store Iran's enriched uranium. Asked if Russia was discussing with Iran and the United States the possibility of taking Iranian enriched uranium, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said the topic has been on the agenda for a long time. He added that Russia has been offering its services for quite a long time as a possible option that would lead to the removal of certain irritants for a number of countries. Details of various diplomatic processes to manage tensions with the US are being examined by Iran. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmail Baghai said that Tehran hoped for results in the coming days. He said regional countries are the go-between for messages that have been exchanged. Various points have been exchanged, and we are currently deciding and examining the details of each diplomatic process that we hope will bring results in coming days. China's former Justice Minister Tang Yijun has been sentenced by a Chinese court to life in prison for taking bribes. State broadcaster CCTV reported that the Xiamen Intermediate People's Court in the southeastern coastal Fujian province said Tang had illegally accepted property worth more than 137 million yuan between 2006 and 2022 and abused his position to seek benefits for entities and individuals in areas such as company listings, land buybacks, bank loans, and case handling. On the other hand, Israel has reopened the border between Gaza and Egypt for people on foot, a move that would allow Palestinians to leave the enclave and let back in those who want to return after fleeing Israel's war in the enclave. The reopening of the Rafah border crossing will be limited, with Israel demanding security checks for Palestinians entering and exiting. Israel and Egypt were expected to impose caps on the number of travellers. Dmitry Medvedev, deputy chairman of Russia's Security Council, has said the US theft of toppled Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro shattered international relations and could be considered by Caracas as an act of war. He said in an interview that what happened to Maduro was obviously a violation of any norms of international law at his residence outside Moscow. He added that if US President Trump was stolen by a foreign power, the US would certainly consider it an act of war. India has pushed manufacturing to the forefront of its budget as it prioritised sectors such as semiconductors, biopharma and renewables, but stopped short of the bold reforms sought by investors to boost investment amid rising geopolitical tensions. The absence of ambitious reforms and an increase in the transaction tax on derivatives spooked equity markets, which tumbled nearly 2% for their worst budget day performance in 6 years. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman cut tariffs on capital goods and doubled the budget for an electronics manufacturing scheme to 400 billion rupees. However, following a major setback at the hands of Pakistan, the Indian government has announced a historic 15% increase in its defence budget. The Modi administration would now allocate $85.4 billion to defence, equivalent to 1.9% of India's GDP. The budget earmarks a 21% increase specifically for the acquisition of new weapons. However, analysts warn that much of India's military hardware, including aircraft, is outdated or non-functional, and that the increase may have little practical impact on operational readiness. The IMF chief has said that global inflation is expected to fall to 3.8% this year and to 3.4% in 2027, helped by softer demand and lower energy prices. Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva said in a speech in the annual Arab Fiscal Forum in Dubai that global growth has held up remarkably well amid profound shifts in geopolitics, trade policy, technology, and demographics. Commodities markets have seen a slump led by deep losses in gold, silver, oil and industrial metals, as the choice of Kevin Warsh as the next Fed chair unleashed selling in risk assets that sent precious metals tumbling for a second session. Gold slid 5% to its lowest in more than 2 weeks, while silver fell more than 7%, following records hit by both metals last week. Oil dropped nearly 5%, easing from multi-month highs, and London Metal Exchange copper fell 3%. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.